Hey, I'm Stephan Papadakis. We're here at the NASCAR event in Fontana, California, and I'm gonna bring you guys with me. I've got a garage pass. Let's see what kind of cool tech we can find. I've got a little bit of a problem with NASCAR, is that for me, I want to see the tech, the cool engine stuff, the aerodynamic, and I can't really find a lot of that information. So the plan is to go in, see what we can film, not piss any teams off, and share it with you guys. Let's go.
NASCAR engines run really hot. 290-degree water temps and 300-degree oil temperatures in Fahrenheit. These are temperatures that would fry your street car's engine that are usually only running around 200 degrees. NASCAR teams run their engine temperatures this hot so they can go faster. This relatively new technology in NASCAR has been developed so they can actually get better aerodynamics. The whole point is to tape up more of the radiator inlet, the grill opening, to get the car more slippery so it can go faster around the track. I'm sure you want to ask, how can they run such high temperatures without boiling? Well, they use really high cooling system pressures. Water's boiling point is based on pressure. At sea level, water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 degrees Celsius. But if you run the cooling system at 75 psi of pressure, you can raise the boiling point to over 300 degrees. These are pressures that would explode a standard radiator. And one side note, they only use water in the radiators. They don't use any exotic chemicals because if there's a leak on the track, the water cleans up easily. Sometimes they'll add a little bit of anti-corrosion, but they are not allowed exotic chemicals. Drivers have air conditioning. Unlike race cars of the past, it's much more comfortable for the drivers nowadays. They have an air conditioning system that pumps cold air into the helmet. They can even control the temperature and airspeed while in the middle of the race with dashboard-mounted controls. There is also a fan that directs fresh air into the seat back. At first, these luxuries were specially designed and manufactured only in the top budget teams, but today these AC systems are readily available to all racers with a few $1,000s to spend on driver comfort. NASCAR Tech Inspection has full 3D scanning ability. They scan the bodies of everyone's car with a special portable room that they take to each of one of the events. It's called the Optical Scan Station. It has 8 laser projectors, 16 cameras, and can measure the complete contour of the body to tiny fractions of an inch. Teams are allowed to vary the body profile plus or minus 150 thousandths of an inch, about the thickness of 2 coins, from the gold standard of the body they use. There are only 3 body styles approved by NASCAR at the moment: a Chevy Camaro, a Ford Mustang, and a Toyota Camry. The roof, doors, A-pillars, and C-pillars are all steel. The rear deck and bumpers are composite like a carbon fiber Kevlar, and actually in the near future, the full bodies will be composite, taking these cars even farther away from stock cars. During qualifying, NASCAR teams will tape the front bumper radiator inlet totally closed. They can do about 2 laps before the engine overheats. Then they come into the pits and the teams hook up an external cooling system called a cool-down unit that uses ice to cool the water that circulates through the system. All right, so basically this is what's happening, right? They do a couple of laps, they come in, there's another round of qualifying shortly after that. This cool-down unit will hook up with these lines, and within it like acts as part of the cooling system. It'll cool the engine and whole cooling system down so they can go out and do a few more laps again. And you're not going to see any team out here without their cool down unit. During the race, they will still tape up a portion of the front bumper inlet. If they realize too much has been taped off and the temperatures get too high during the race, then on the next pit stop, they can pull off the tape using what they call a tape pull. They have color-coded tabs that remove a set amount of tape. Just add this to another list of duct tape uses. Each driver will have 12 to 15 cars per season. A road course car, a speedway car, an intermediate track car, and a short track car. They'll have at least 2 of these cars, a main and then a backup. And then during the year, they'll probably consume a car is what they call it, like crash it basically. In addition to that, they may come out with like an updated version and obsolete an older car. A big part of NASCAR team's time is spent building chassis at the shop. Side rockers or side skirts are designed so low that they'll actually scrape down and need to be replaced after qualifying or a race. Not all teams run their cars that low, but it's a wear item on a car, and the teams keep spares and will replace it during the weekend. The exhaust system is oval for aerodynamics and ground clearance. Round exhaust would actually make more power, but they trade the horsepower for better aerodynamics, and again, a pretty constant theme in NASCAR.
So that was a lot harder than I thought it would be to get the information. I thought coming in camouflage would actually make me seem a little bit undercover, but I guess looking undercover, you look like a spy. Either way, a couple of the crew guys were super nice and answered some of my questions, checked some of my facts. Thank you guys, you know who you are. And everybody else, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next video.
That thing's pretty cool. What do you got?
You don't mind if I Sony A6500.
So who do you work for?
YouTube channel.